Hey guys, this is Corey here doing another Halo 3 action figure review. Today I'm reviewing, finally, the long-awaited for me, Series 8 Ripa Moramee. And he is the Arbiter from Halo Wars, if you didn't know. And he's a very, very cool figure. Just, when I first saw the Arbiter coming out, in Series 8, like the prototypes and stuff, I was like, it's alright. It's, not super awesome. I wasn't too excited about the actual character, the actual figure coming out. But now that I have it, it's probably my favorite out of the entire Series 8. Because his paint job and his detail and his articulation, everything is just super incredible. That I cannot believe McFarlane has made this, so cool. Um, his articulation is very nice. His arms can rotate 360 and they go in and out, and the joints are nice and like tight too, to where they're not gonna loosen up too quick, or very quickly. The wrists rotate 360 and they also are on hinge, but the articulation's a little limited because he has all this armor kind of around his wrists and stuff, so it's hard to make his arm movements go up and down, kind of, but it's not really that big of a deal. The legs, very cool, go up and down. There's not like too much articulation, like nothing super fancy, but it's better than, I think it's better than the previous Arbiter we've seen. The legs also swivel right here, and then the knee joint, and the toes don't really, oh actually they do, they move up and down, they're like on a hinge. So yeah, very cool figure. The neck does, he can't look up and down because of this armor piece right here on his neck, kind of blocking him from looking down. And his head can also do 360. And is there waist articulation? There is waist articulation, a little bit here, pretty cool. This figure I wasn't too excited about, as I said before, and now that I have it, I think he's probably my favorite. Let's see. Details very nice. Just the paint job is super incredible. Just like the silver armor with the gold outlines everywhere, just look super cool. Very, very awesome figure. And then it also has the lines on the in between his armor and where around his skin, all around here. And his mouth is the only thing I really don't like. It just looks kind of weird, like his face. Like, I don't know. His face just kind of looks weird to me, like he's an old person or something. He's just kind of wrinkly and yeah, I'm not feeling that. But the Arbiter scale is very cool, I think, because he's a lot bigger than the normal elites we've been seeing from Halo 3 and stuff. He's actually like a really massive figure compared to like the Arbiter from like Halo 3. Just look at the scale difference. I mean, this Arbiter is like a head taller than him, pretty much. And I actually think that this Arbiter scale is probably more realistic to what you would see in the Halo universe, because this Arbiter kind of seems like a little bit bigger than humans, because elites are supposed to be bigger than humans, but he only feels like he's a little bit bigger. than what a human should be, and not like giant to where an elite I think should be. Like this is Sergeant Forge compared to like the Arbiter over here. You can see the Arbiter is a little bit taller than him, but I like the way this elite looks compared to Forge. Just very massive and huge, and I think that's really cool. And for another cool comparison, the brutes too are bigger than the elites. Not by too much, but they're still bigger. And you know, this Arbiter is pretty much, you know, barely smaller than the this brute chieftain over here. You know, and I think it's a very cool feature that this Arbiter is, you know, really big and muscular and threatening and like just this evil character that you know, he was portrayed as in Halo Wars. You know, and I really like the elites when they're portrayed as evil, menacing characters, because that's the way, you know, I first saw elites, like the ultimate bad guy. And then in Halo 3 they kind of went to the human side, which I didn't really like too much because I still enjoyed fighting elites and stuff. So and the only thing I'm not really too super like excited about are his energy swords. They're just a dark purple. I mean, they do stand out very well in his hands when he's holding, you know, these two massive energy swords. But it would have been nice if they touched him up a little bit, made him more of a translucent, like the Arbiter's energy sword. You see how his is kind of like dark blue and purple at the top and stuff, and his is just a solid purple. And his energy swords are just massive, like his Arbiters, and then his are just like, yeah, very small. But regardless, I still like them. They're energy swords, and you know, they're a lot better than the Shipmaster's energy swords, which I couldn't stand that figure's weapon. But yeah. One thing you do have to watch out for though is his hands, because his fingers are kind of like in a grip around the sword, because the Arbiter, he comes in the packaging, his swords are already in his hands, so you don't have to worry about putting them into his hands. But as far as taking them out, he doesn't have those elite hinge joints that they have on their fingers, to where you can just open up their fingers and take out like a weapon. His are just sculpted with energy swords enclosed into his hands, so it's actually very hard to get the swords out of his hands, so you have to heat them up with a blow dryer or hot water, like, you know, you normally do, and take the sword out. Because I actually thought that you could just open up the hand, and when I tried to do that to get out his sword, I actually broke off these two fingers right here, and I was a little upset, you know, because I always hate it when I break a figure, because then I had to re-glue it back into position, and now this energy sword is permanently stuck in his hands. But yeah, they did include, this is like a different energy sword design, and they have like a little gauntlet right here that's like made for the Arbiter to hold. And I'm pretty sure another elite can hold it, but I just don't want to risk taking out this sword and breaking his other two fingers, because that would just be a horrible experience. Especially since this figure is, you know, definitely one of my favorites in my collection now. I'm really excited to finally get this Arbiter. I mean, Series 8 is really, really awesome. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. It's kind of a lazy day for me, so just sitting back doing some reviews. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next review. Thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. You guys know the deal, and I will see you in the next video.